application to inform you that there was an amount exceeding the 4.6 million indicated in the sketch report?
It should be all of the circumstances of the indicated in the report should be reported, Your Honor.
Admitted that I am at fault during that time. I committed several lapses. Now, if that will be the consequence, Mr. Chair, and I accept it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Colonel Guevarra, this is again for you, no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, is it normal to siguro separate the amounts located or found in a room subject of a search warrant?
No, Mr. Chair.
No. So when you found the amount, it's more than 4.6 million already.
It was in the later part, Mr. Chair.
It was what?
In the later part, Mr. Chair. And when one of my personnel told me that there was another amount other than 4.6, Mr. Chair.
So, okay, so, but in totality,
Yes, Mr.
it's
Chair.
more than 4.6.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So now, what made you think that it would be right to just report the 4.6 and not the total amount?
It was collaboration with the consultation with also with the investigators on how we gonna report a certain amount of money, since our operation is just for firearms, then we cannot justify it.
You cannot justify finding other amounts of money?
And how to relate that on the main
How are
case,
you?
Mr. Chair.
What makes it different from the 4.6 million?
4.6 it was I was told that the 4.6 million, Mr. Chair, was together with the firearms, Mr. It was to discover together with the firearms, Mr.
But it's
Chair.
in the same room,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
same unit.
It was in the vault, Mr. Chair.
It was in the vault.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, okay, I have a question also for Mr. Michael Nobecio. You said that you were asked to be the deponent in the application for the search warrant.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, tinanong ka ba ng judge ng probing questions before issuing the search warrant?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So ano mga questions niya sa iyo?
Kung totoo raw pong may baril, sumagot naman po ako, totoo po talaga may baril, Your Honor.
Binigyan mo ba ng description kung anong baril ang mga nandun?
Sinabi ko lang po, pistol at saka maba po, parang Bushmaster po.
Parang Bushmaster.
Yes po, Your Honor.
So it's like a 5.56, yung parang
Yes po, Your Honor.
ganun na baril.
Yes po,
Ang
Your Honor.
nakita mo? Nakita mo personally?
Yes po, Your Honor.
It's in, alam mo kung saan na part ng room or ng unit?
Minsan po kasi, Your Honor, nakalapag lang po siya sa lamesa.
So nakakapasok ka sa unit na yun?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. So yun ang mga sagot mo to the judge who was asking you these questions.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Major Kiana,
Yes po, Your Honor.
when Michael surrendered the firearm that he had to you, no? What did you do with it?
Your Honor, wala po siyang sinosurrender sa akin, Your Honor. At nasa court na rin po yan, Your Honor. Sa court ko na lang po sasagutin, Your
Sa
Honor.
court mo
Pasensya
na
na po.
sasagutin.
Opo, pasensya na po, Your Honor.
Okay, I understand. Now, General Nartates, I'll just ask you these questions. No? Kasi kanina, Colonel Guevarra and General Mariano gave conflicting answers. And when I asked them, that's why I felt so insulted about it, because I was the one asking the questions, Mr. Chair. And I really felt na parang iba in the last hearing. So I feel it was pretty much established that they talked to each other at around 10 o'clock in the morning. And in that conversation, Mr. Chair, Colonel Guevarra categorically mentioned that he informed General Mariano of an amount that exceeds the 4.6 million. General Mariano even confirmed that, Mr. Chair. But upon further questioning by the chairperson, he said that he never mentioned it to the General Nartates because at that time he did not know about it, which was already 12 o'clock at noon, 2 hours after they talked to with Colonel Guevarra. Now, General Nartates, is it normal for operatives like Colonel Guevarra to separate amounts located in one unit subject of a search warrant in different reports?
No, Your Honor.
That would not fall under the normal standard operating procedures, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, what was the responsibility of General Mariano, General Nartates, in as far as reporting the amount verbally given to him, the information verbally given to him by Colonel Guevarra to you, as far as the NCR, you being the higher ranking officer to General Mariano?
Can we clarify it again, Your Honor?
Was he under any obligation to inform you that there was an amount exceeding the 4.6 million indicated in the sketch report?
It should be all of the circumstances of the indicated in the report should be reported, Your Honor.
Now, what is the liability of General Mariano, if any, General Nartates, for deliberately keeping that information away from you?
He will be responsible, of course, Your Honor, for whatever offenses they have committed. For example, they have omitted the report and deliberately omit it, then there will be lying or perjury and tantamount to grave misconduct, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Now, General Mariano. Sir, this will be an opportunity for you to clear things up. Because in the last hearing, my questions were pretty simple and straightforward. And you also gave me straightforward answers. Now, I was very personally offended when you suddenly made another statement that you did not know about that amount when you talked to General Nartates. Now, General Mariano, klaruin mo na. Were you informed by Colonel Guevarra prior to your conversation with General Nartates?
He informed only, Mr. Chair, of the recovered money. Wala pong pera po na kung magkano po yung pera.
Walang figures.
Wala po, Mr. Chair. Kaya po yun, nung numawag po si RD po sa akin, sinabi ko sa kanya na meron pa raw po silang nakuhang pera, sir, na dito. Kaya ang sinabi po ni RD sa akin, galit po siya dahil ba't
I'll
may
cut
mga
you off,
pera.
ha? Sandali lang.
Yeah.
Klaruhin ko to, ha? When, is it in the context that there was this 4.6 million recovered, but there was another sum not yet reported?
Yes, Mr. Chair, wala pong sa inventaryo.
Wala sa inventaryo. But you knew for a fact na may sobra pang pera other than the 4.6 million indicated in the report.
Wala po sa report, Mr. 4.6
No.
po.
Do you personally know na may pera pang nakuha other than the 4.6 million indicated in the report?
Yun po yung pagkakasabi po sa akin ni Lieutenant Colonel Guevarra, pero hindi ko po nakita yung
Okay,
pera.
yeah. So yun ang nasabi sa iyo ni Colonel Guevarra at what point in time or what time exactly mo nalaman yun?
In between, after ng mga request na po ng investigator, Mr. Chair, bago po dumating, mga 10:36 po, bago po tumawag si RD, Mr.
Okay,
Bago-
now as the SPD head, did you not find it your duty and responsibility to ask Colonel Guevarra how much more money was there?
Hindi po naman po niya, tinanong ko po, Mr. Chair, pero hindi po niya sinasabi lahat kung magkano ang pera.
Did you not ask him why? Would he not tell you the exact amount?
Yun po yung hindi ko rin alam sa kanya, Mr. Chair, sinabi ko po sa kanya.
Para si Colonel Guevarra, bakit hindi mo sabihin sa akin ang exact amount?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And what was his answer?
Wala po, sir. Hindi po siya nagsasabit ng mga report, Mr. Chair.
So okay lang sa'yo yan? Colonel lang, tapos hindi ka sasagutin clearly kung sa questions mo? Does that happen?
Despite my repeated demands, Mr. Chair, ayaw pa rin talaga niya, Mr.
And
Chair.
what did you do as his superior officer? When a lower ranked officer refuses to answer you, what did you do? You just let it go?
No, Mr. Chair.
What did you do to him?
Kaya humingi po ako ng tulong dun sa, baka lang po talagang walang gumagawa ng report because that is Saturday, Sunday, Mr. Chair. Kasi wala po yung mga tao niya, Mr. Chair. Lang po kausap ko.
To believe na Colonel Busita has been explaining that lower ranked officers only say yes, sir. Diba? Now here you are, categorically asking Colonel Guevarra kung magkano pa yung extra amount na nakuha nila, and you're now saying that he is refusing to answer you and that you did nothing. Because despite his refusal to answer your direct questions.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Wasn't he like supposedly committing a crime in your presence, not informing you of the amount?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Did you not have him arrested for that?
Hindi ko po naisip yun, Mr.
Did you
Chair.
not order his immediate detention or like confinement in your quarters?
No, Mr. Chair.
Why, General Mariano?
Because ongoing po yung kanilang pag-iimbestiga, Mr. Chair. No.
Because with all this, Mr. General Mariano, you're parang it's impossible to believe kasi na wala kang gawin given the circumstances. And if wala kang ginawa, na supposedly being the highest ranking officer in that particular room, you could have forced him, compelled him, or ordered his detention ba or confinement to your quarters until he tells you the exact amount. Shouldn't that have been the proper course of action to take, General Mariano?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And why did you not do it?
Naging masyado akong kaya nga po, sir, humingi pa ako ng tulong kay Colonel Cabradilla.
Ask her help from a lower ranking officer? Ikaw, general ka? Hindi na nakakahiya.
To Just to facilitate lang po, Mr. Chair, yung kanyang mga report na mag-submit kagad, Mr. Chair.
Why would Colonel Guevara be more truthful to Colonel Cabradillo and not to you? Why would you think that?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Chair.
Evan, may request General Mariano to pakitanggal lang po ng ano. Last, thank you.
Colonel Guevara,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
will you confirm all the statements made by General Mariano that that was the truth on what transpired in that meeting with you?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Colonel Guevara, I'll give you a chance. Tell us what happened in that meeting and what was the conversation about.
Right after the arrival of right after the operation, Mr. Chair, I was directly draft off in the quarters of District Director, Mr. Chair, and I waited there on his arrival. While waiting, Mr. Chair, I take a nap on the specific quarters of his AD camp. That's why that, as mentioned earlier. Then during his arrival, we already had a conversation, Mr. Chair, in which I revealed the
So anong nangyari? You told him what happened.
yes, Mr. Chair.
General, we found 4.6 million and we also found an X amount of money.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
X amount or 27 million sinabi mo?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
27 million sinabi
Yes,
mo?
Mr. Chair.
Okay, so sinabi mo, oh, General, what will we do with this 27 million? Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So what did he say?
We stick mag-stick lang tayo dun sa report, then tingnan natin kung anong gagawin natin dyan sa
Anong reason na binigay niya? Did you not ask him, General? Baka ako maipit niyan. Ako yung nag-head ng operations. Bakit natin hindi ilabas to sa report natin na may nakita pa kaming 27 million? Hindi mo sinabi yan.
I can't afford to do that, Mr. Chair.
Why?
Because he's my upper class, Mr. Chair.
So even if you knew that it was gonna be wrong and that ikaw yung maiipit niyan, you did not say anything, Colonel Guevara?
Hindi na po, sir. No, hindi na po ako nagtanong after.
Hindi ka na natanong. So did you na, alam mo ba ang reason? What possible reason would a general have telling you or directing you not to include in your report a bigger amount of money that was located in the place where you conducted the search?
Kaya maging, Mr. Chair.
Anong possible reason na hindi niya ipapasama sa report mo yung 27 million, which is the bigger amount than that was which was indicated in your initial report?
I have just no idea, Mr.
You
Chair.
have no idea. And again, because you were a lower ranking officer, you did not ask it prudent to ask your general, maiipit ako nito, bakit hindi natin isasama?
I already only asked that, Mr. Chair, on the following day since it was already late reporting na sabi ko, sir, bakit mag-late reporting tayo? It's supposed to be ginawa na natin to on the earlier, on the onset.
In all your trainings, are you a graduate of the PNPA ba? O ano?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
In all your trainings ba, did it ever, or did the Polcom ba, or whoever does your training ba, tell you ba na the procedure should be, let's wait and see muna what the general says before we report things that we find in a search warrant?
Not particular, Mr. Chair, but there are unwritten tradition that
There is what? An unwritten tradition
that you have to follow your superior, Mr.
to
Chair.
follow your superiors even if that order is questionable.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Even if that order is ordering to a criminal order, an illegal order,
At some point, Mr. Chair.
at some point,
Not all the time. Not in my particular case, Mr. Chair.
but in that particular instance, did you not find it illegal for the general to order you not to include that in the report?
I was not hindi ko po naisip on that day, Mr. Chair.
Hindi mo naisip. How many times have you executed a search warrant, Colonel Guevara?
Sir,
Ilang beses ka na nakapag-enforce ng search warrant?
it was my second time.
Second pa lang. In the first time that you enforced the search warrant, did you include everything that you found in the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Because that is the standard operating procedure, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, why did you deviate in this particular instance?
Again, Mr. Chair, it was a collective decision.
Collective decision of whom?
Of my team, Mr. Chair.
Of your team. Being the most senior officer, do you have to consult Major Kiana for that? Does he help you in making your decision-making processes pa? A younger or a lower ranking officer? Influencing a colonel?
On that instance, Mr. Chair, yes.
On the what?
On that instance, Mr. Chair, yes, yes.
Why would you let that happen? Because you know for the fact that in the end, you are the person responsible for everything, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Do you know what's going to happen to you and your career, Colonel Guevara, because of this?
I know, Mr. Chair.
So you're okay with it? You're going to waste 19 years of your life? A career that you, as you testified earlier, developed and protected all these years? Tatapon mo lang?
Hindi naman, Mr. It is with heavy heart, Mr. Chair, because I spent already 19 years with the service, Mr. Chair. But I admitted that I have I am at fault during that time. I committed several lapses. Now, if that will be the consequence, Mr. Chair, and I accept it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Colonel Guevarra, last question lang, Mr. Chair. Did anyone, no, other than yourself and Major Quijana, have prior siguro knowledge of the intention in enforcing the search warrant? The intention of getting the money that was stored in that unit.
I have no personal knowledge on that part, Mr. Chair.
And no one ordered you to do that.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Even Major Quijana did not influence you in that decision.
No, Mr. Chair.
was saying na wala doon yung pera. So now, I'm asking you, asan yung pera? Demokrito.
Your Honor, ang pagkakalan ko, nandun lang po sa, sa DSOU office po.
Hindi, sabi nga ni General Mariano, wala doon eh. Kanina eh.
Ayun po ang
So
pagkakalan.
sinasabi mo,
ko, Your
nagsisinungaling si General Mariano.
Hindi po.
Hindi, sabi mo, wala sa hotel. O, sabi mo, nasa DSOU. Eh, sabi ni General Mariano, wala sa DSOU. So sino nagsisinungaling? Ikaw o si General Mariano?
Hindi
Sino
po,
nagsisinungaling? Ikaw o si General Mariano?
ang instruction
Sino
po sa akin-
nagsisinungaling? Ikaw o si General Mariano? Yun ang tanong.
Hindi po ako, Your Honor.
Sino nga?
Hindi ko po alam, Your Honor.
Eh, sabi ni General Mariano kanina, wala doon. Siya lang nagsabi dito. Ako hindi ko nga alam na wala doon. Akala ko nandun eh. So, sabi niya wala doon. So, sino nagsisinungaling?
Ang instruction po sa akin, Your Honor, yung po ang
Hindi,
sinusunod po.
hindi mo na. Pakisagot mo lang yung tanong. Sino nagsisinungaling? Ikaw o si General Mariano?
Sa ranggo ko po, Your Honor, hindi ko po kayang direktahin ng ganun po yung ganyang kataas na official po, Your Honor. Pasensya na po.
So, ikaw nagsisinungaling.
No, Your Honor.
That's then. So, wala yung,
Yes,
wala doon sa kay General Mariano, wala sa DSOU, wala sa SPD yung pera eh. Sabi nyo, nandun.
I have no idea, Your Honor.
Ganun din, nasasabihin
Yes,
mo.
Your Honor.
Pareho rin kayo ni Demokrito.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kailan binili ang Bolt? Colonel Guevarra?
I cannot remember the particular day, Mr. Chair, but
Ikaw bumili, hindi mo alam kung kailan.
yes,
Sabi
Mr.
mo,
Chair.
29,000 yun.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I think that was Tuesday, Mr. Chair. On that day, if I may recall, Mr. Chair, that
But
was
bakit mo binili yung Bolt para doon sa pera may paglalagyan?
yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, kung wala pang Bolt, saan nilagay ang pera?
That was I instructed them to put it in the investigation room.
Eh,
And
sabi nga ni General Mariano, wala yung pera doon eh.
andun po, Mr. Chair.
Sino nagsisinungaling?
I
Ikaw
start-
o si General Mariano?
I don't know, Mr. Chair, but my instruction was to put it in the investigation
At ang
room,
sabi
and
ni
it was
General
there.
Mariano kanina, pati ang 4.6 wala doon sa
It was there, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, sino nga nagsisinungaling?
I'm just stand on my own, Mr. Chair. I'm telling what I have, what's my personal knowledge to, but I cannot point finger kung sino nagsisinungaling, Mr. Chair. But I am speaking on myself, Mr. Chair, that it was there, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we have given you the chance, ano? Sinasabi
Yes, Mr.
na namin
Chair.
sa inyo, no? We have given you the chance. Now, the chair would like to recognize Congressman, Deputy Majority Leader Erwin Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In reality, Mr. Chairman, I think all these people are lying to their teeth. Kahit napitpitin mo pa yung agbols na mga ito, hindi aamin ito because they want to save their faces. But anyway, I just want to have one question before I will make my final statement, Mr. Chair.
Okay, go ahead,
I will
Congressman.
address this to Major General Nartates. Sir, ano po yung standard operating procedure ng chain of command? Like Colonel Guevarra, alam niya na mali yung instruction ni General Mariano, who is his superior. What will he do next? Kung alam mo na mali yung instruction sa'yo na superior, will you go to the higher level, to the next ranking officer, a higher than General Mariano? Can you tell us, please? Can you enlighten us all here?
Tama po yun, Your Honor. Kung merong utos na illegal or merong utos na in conflict with the certain policies or procedure, ay dapat magreklamo siya either sa superior officer niya, direct superior, or he can go up.
No,
Marami.
superior officer General Nartates is a superior officer niya, General Mariano, dahil andis sa DSOU, tama? So, meaning to say, mali yung instruction sa kanya ni General Mariano. Pwede ba siyang dumiretso sa iyo o sa deputy mo, deputy head ng NCRPO or sa iyo mismo?
Pwedeng dumirekto sa akin or sa mga kasamahan ko sa regional headquarters, Your Honor.
Alam naman po ito, General Nartates, na lahat ng mga officers natin, ano po, ng PNP, pagpasok po nila sa service, ito po yung tinuturo, yung chain of command. Tama po ba?
Tama po yun, Your Honor. But in cases na ganito, na involved mismo ang iyong superior or direct commander, pwede kang pumunta sa level ng next level after your commander, Your Honor.
Pwede ka rin hindi mo nasundin because alam mo na mali yung instruction. Tama po ba? You won't get in trouble if you don't follow that order. Tama po ba, General Nartates?
Tama po yan, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Chair, I would like to direct now my statement to General Mariano. General Mariano, I think you are a disgrace to the Philippine National Police, especially to the officers corps, especially to the high-ranking officers of what you did. Obvious po na nagsisinungaling ka. Obvious po na pinagtatakpan ka, pinipilit ito mga tao mo sa ilalim. Pag tinatanong sila kung kaninong kasalanan, ayaw kang ituro. Pare-pareho naman ho kayo mawawala sa serbisyo. Natatawa na lang nga po itong mga senior officers na mga kasama niyo ho dati, si Colonel Busita, ngayon ay congressman, na si General Acop, na ngayon congressman na rin. You guys are all lying. Mr. Chairman, I hate to say this, parang binabastos ho itong committee mo. Kaya if you would, Mr. Chair, and I don't know if our other congressmen here, our committee members would agree with me. Sir, let us cite these people in contempt. Siguro nalulungkot yung 6 na nakakulong sa baba. Gusto siguro nilang magkaroon ng party sa baba. Why don't I suggest, isama na ho ito simula kay General Mariano at iba pa mga officers para magkaroon sila ng party mamayang gabi. Mag-party sila doon hanggang sa ma-realize nila nagsisinungaling sila because walang patutunguhan. This investigation is not going anywhere because they're really lying. May mga testigo na ho tayo, ayaw pa rin magsalita. So, if you would, Mr. Chair, I would like to cite in contempt these other officers kasama si General Mariano. I hate to say this, but we don't have a choice, Mr. Chair, para kung binabastos ang committee mo, pinaglalaruan, pinagtatatawanan, akala siguro mga batang paslit tayo dito sa Congress. So, we have to teach them a lesson.
Recognize, Chairman.
Chairman, before I second the motion, and let me clarify if were those specific PNP officers that will be cited in contempt in today's hearing, as per motion of the Honorable Tolfo.
So we will be more specific on the motion of Congressman Arwin Tulfo. So the motion is to cite in contempt.
General Mariano and Colonel Cabradilla.
Yes, so there will be a motion. But before we act on that motion, because I have got a copy of the report of the PSB, the LSB, yung pong ating custodian ng ating pong House of Representatives, And I read that Major Magsalos, that you have brought. Is this true, General Magsalos? In accordance with what I got? Nagpasok ka ng 38 caliber dito sa kongresong ito? Yes, Major Magsalos. May nakuwang 38 caliber
Negative, Mr. Chair.
nung last hearing?
Mr. Chair, hindi po ako yun, Mr. Chair.
So hindi ikaw yung may dala ng 38 caliber?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
So we are inviting our LSB, para to find out,
Yes, Mr.
yung
Chair.
veracity ng report. So sige, you are raising your hand.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
ako po yung nagdala ng caliber 38.
Bakit may dala ka ng
Ebidensya po yun na pine-present po sa court kasi under po yun eh.
You are Desden, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did you bring a gun in the House of Representatives? Kahit kami mga congressman, hindi kami nakakapagdala ng baril dito. But you, I invited a resource person to bring a gun inside the House of Representatives. Ha? Bakit ka nagdala ng baril dito? Kahit nasabihin na natin na yun ay ebidensya. Saan ebidensya yun?
Your Honor, na-restrict po kasi ako sa sa custody po ng NCRPO. So umaattend po ako ng hearing. Kaya naisipan ko na pong dalhin doon kasi hindi na po ako makauwi sa bahay.
Have you reported that sa gate? Na yun ay ginagamit sa ebidensya?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Have you reported that?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So in a while, we'll be asking the PSB kung yun ay talagang sinabi mo doon sa report sa amin. But that worries us. Sige, Congressman ako.
Saan galing yung baril na dala mo sa bahay ninyo?
Ebidensya po yun, sir, na ako ang may
Hindi mo naman
custody.
sinasagot yung tanong ko eh. Saan galing yung baril? Kasi ang sagot mo kanina, hindi ka na makakabalik sa bahay. So saan galing yung baril na yun?
Sa bahay po, Mr. Chair.
Ebidensya na sa bahay. General Tates, is that in accordance with the rules? Hindi ba pag ebidensya, nandun sa evidence custodian, sa evidence room?
That's correct, Your Honor. And that is the thing that I will have to look into, especially that before they were on house arrest here at the House of Representatives, they were under custodial under the custody of the regional headquarters, particularly at the regional headquarters support unit. Restricted custody po sila doon, Your Honor.
So, ang ibig lang sabihin nito, yung baril na ebidensya, ay naiuwi pala ng mga polis.
Hindi, kaya nga naiuwi din niya yung 27 million eh. Hindi. Binabasa ko kasi nag-worry ako, nag-report sa akin yung PSP na sinasabi yung barrel may pasok. Actually, nakalusot sila sa sa entrance. But nung dinadala na sila sa detention, doon nakuha yung 38 caliber. And now, nare-reveal pa na yun ay for evidence purposes. Now, galing sa bahay, dala mo. So, hindi ka ba mag-iisip? Di ba?
If I may, Mr.
Anyway, antayin lang natin sa PSB. So you wanted to speak? Sige, that's then.
Mr. Chair, nung kailan lang po, last week,
LSP.
umatin po ako ng hearing, Mr. Chair. Dala ko na po siya nung umatin ako ng hearing.
No, again, I didn't get it. Come again.
Mr. Chair, may expected kasi na hearing ako inatinan so kaya naisipan ko nang dalhin sa sa custodial facility yung ebidensya para hindi na po kasi ako makauwi, Mr. Chair.
Okay naman yun, wala tayong problema doon. But the mere fact that evidence is part of the custody what do you call that? Unit nyo, dapat nandun yung baril di ba? At any rate, so we'll be before we act on the motion because we're just waiting for another congressman. So gusto ko na malaman dun sa
Sorry,
kay Richel Morales.
Yes po.
Kilala mo naman yung mga Chinese doon, di ba? Mga boss mo, di ba? So you know about the Rolex
Rolex na relo po.
nung suot nung boss mo?
Di po ako
So wala kang alam doon sa Rolex.